Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tori and today I am working in my December daily album on story number 15. So for this story, I am going to be using this teeny tiny little pocket. This was from the pocket set or the envelope set from Allie Edwards. I'm going to be trimming out this particular tag paper to place inside the pockets. And I think that there's been a bunch of people doing that this year, so it's probably nothing too new. But I'm going to back each of these tags with this tree paper. And then what I will be documenting is a few of the handmade gifts that I did this year. So I didn't take photos of all of them, but I do have some photos. So this is one of the handmade keychains that I made. I actually sewed this together. I painted this photo or picture for my father-in-law. This one says, "Every now and then I fall apart." This was for my sister-in-law. And then this one I hand embroidered for my mother-in-law. So these three right here took the absolute most time, like probably a full 2 days non-stop for me to finish all three of these products. So I wanted to make sure that these ones were ones that I was documenting. So I've sized them so that they should fit perfectly inside this tag, and I'll probably write who I made them for down here below. This keychain actually was part of my sister-in-law's gift, so I might take this and just place it on the back of the keychain or of her embroidery one and see how that works. I was also considering using handmade gifts as a title and just die cutting handmade and maybe even gifts out with this Pink Fresh Studio. This is the Julietta Alpha. This was actually part of scrapbook.com's Black Friday sale, where if you just spent like $20 or something like that, you got this alpha die for free. So of course I had to take advantage of that, especially since I was stocking up on just like tape and just regular everyday crafty essentials. That's one of the things that I like to do most, is just stock up on those items whenever they have something available for a freebie if I want it. So that is what I've got going on today. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting things cut out. There's a lot going on for such a teeny tiny page, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to go ahead and start by cutting out the papers and then getting my photos cut. So that'll be fast forwarded, and then I will probably move on to doing my title once I get all of this adhered down. Alright, so I've got these trimmed out. Part of me had considered just adhering the two papers back to back before I trimmed them out. It might have been easier to do it that way, but I was also thinking that I could use the extra space here to die cut out my letters if I kind of did this a little bit methodically and just left, it as is that way, and then cut it out after I trim the tags out, if that even makes sense. So that's what I did to kind of just try and keep as much of this tree paper as possible. That way I won't have to really break into any other paper per se in order to get this particular project done. But then still have that look that I'm going for. So then that's how that will look. And I'm not really planning to do anything on the back. So I'm really just going to take these, adhere this like this. And then, like I said, on the bottom here, write who I made it for. And then that way I will kind of just have a record of some of the things that I made this year. One of the things that I've noticed that I don't do enough is keep track of things that I make other people, because as soon as I give those away, I don't have them anymore, right? So I don't really have a way to, hopefully I didn't just bump my microphone right into the camera. Sorry if I did. Anyways, so then I don't have a way to kind of remember like what I made and stuff that I did. I'm really great about taking pictures of my own projects, but when I gift people things, it's like I never even spent all that time or anything doing any of that. So I really wanted to make it a point this year to try to remember to take photos. And I didn't take photos of everything. I'm still missing a few projects. But I have a couple photos, and I have photos of the ones that took the most time and effort. So I'm fine with that. Maybe next year I will remember to take photos of everything. But for this year, I think I did a good job getting photos of what I wanted to at the very least. Because hand embroidery, if you have ever tried it, it is not a slow process. So I'm especially glad that I remembered to take photos of that one. Or those ones, because I did that twice. Okay, and I just have one more tag here to trim out. Hopefully I'm in the shot. I sat down and now I can't see. All right, first battery change of the day. Thankfully, I have gotten through, this is my third story, I think, that I'm working on, so that's good, at least. Got through quite a few before I had to change the battery. I do not remember what I was saying before my battery died, though, so oops, for probably not continuing whatever I was talking about. If it was even anything worth talking about. I'm trying really hard right now not to be super hard on myself about these tags, because they are not cute if you look too closely at them, like, but I also don't really want to be dwelling on things that I don't think are good enough in this project. I want to just enjoy it, move forward, whatever. Let's see. Let me get these adhered first. I think I'm going to go this way because this one has a little bit of red in it. This one is more blue instead of green, but this is like a darker gray. And then this one doesn't really have any color, so it should be fine on the green. So I think I'm going to adhere these like this. I'm going to have to stand up to do that. And I'm just eyeballing this. For someone who can be super hard on myself, I do a whole lot of eyeballing. Is anybody else like that? Let me know down in the comments below if you can be super hard on yourself and then just find yourself eyeballing things. So those are my 3 main handmade gifts. And then this one, I think I'll just put on the back of here as well. Okay, so that's how those will look. I'm going to use my We Are Memory Keepers multi-hole punch here to punch these holes. It's not the exact same size, but it is close enough for me. I don't know if I'm going to put any ribbon or anything in these just yet. Mostly because I've already got quite a bit of ribbon. I might need to put ribbon in here actually, just because of... Yeah, I might need to put ribbon just to keep them, to be able to pull them in and out of this pocket. I'll probably just use some of this black twine. That way it's not super bulky, but also gives me a way to pull it out of here. And then I will just trim that after I place them in there, just to kind of make sure that the twine is long enough to be able to pull those out. I just got this twine. I think I was at Target the other day looking for something, and I saw this in the gift wrapping aisle, and I was like, I could use that for my December daily. So I grabbed it. And I did use it to wrap a bunch of presents as well. So I was pretty proud of myself for that. so now let's work on die cutting. I wonder if these will stay kind of up a little bit. Like if I set them in here, if they would just stay like up like that. I could probably just add a staple down here to stop them from going any further. I'll have to find something to staple. So I've got my die cut machine. I'm just going to use my little mini die cut machine. Okay, I should have exactly enough to be able to get everything out of this one paper. I'm just going to use my mint tape from scrapbook.com just to kind of sort of keep everything in the right place. I'm not super worried about it, but I don't want anything to fall off the edge, really, is what I want to avoid. I don't think I'll be able to fit those. Okay, I think that's going to be a little bit too close to where it kind of tilts. So we'll just start with these ones. My table's gonna shake like crazy, so sorry in advance. Well, in process, I guess. So these are like really fun dies. Where's my little thingy at? They've got like little diamonds in it. Like, look how fun that is. Did it focus? Look how cute that is. I love it. So, H. I'm gonna need to cut out another D and another A. A problem that I run into with the mini die cut machine, which is, you know, not a super huge issue, but it's something that I have to be conscious of, is that if I put my dies too close to the edge here, it won't actually go through the machine. Like, it won't pull it through. So hopefully I gave myself enough room. Let me put that back over here. Oop. Okay. That should be everything. Now, cross your fingers that we like the way that this looks using this paper. I really like this font, so I don't think I'll have an issue with that. I'm just a little bit worried that it might be too much using this paper. I think the majority of them are going to end up just being like this cream color, which I was liking the idea of. So I'm not going to be upset by that. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of dry fit these on here to see how it's going to lay out. Because I'm pretty sure I was cutting it close with the word handmade. So I might have to do like a little bit of overlapping to get everything to fit. Which, perfect. I was hoping that I wouldn't need to because, you know, accounting for the edges of the dies and stuff, and it looks like that would fit perfectly. And then I can put my number right there. I'm going to use my Barely Arts glue to get this adhered down. I've been wanting to use this die set since I got it, so I'm super excited to be using it for this spread, but I love it. Let me know what your thoughts are on this die set below. Is this one that you would use in your project? I almost left a little triangle or a little diamond in there. Okay, so I got glue on the inside here. I don't want there to be glue on the inside, so I'm just going to kind of dab that off with a spare piece of paper because I don't think I'm going to cut this E at all. I think I'm just going to leave it as is and then just kind of let that dry. I think I'll go with the teeny tiny numbers. And my plan, I think I'm just going to just put these right here. Oh goodness. Now, part of me did want to try and add a little staple down here and see if I can get away with that to make these stop. Probably roughly about right there. I could probably just staple the H down. And I don't think it would be too super noticeable. Or maybe, no. Yeah, I don't think that's super noticeable. But then it will kind of stop that right there. from going all the way down. And actually, well, no, you're not going to be able to see anything on the back with my next story anyways, so. I'm not sure if I want to have them just going straight up and down or try and flare them out. I'll add a little star there. Just because I had it right here and saw it, so let's see. This is what this looks like. Handmade gifts, and then you pull the tags out, and it's the gifts, or some of the gifts that I made this year. I love it. I really love the way that this came out. And I like that it also ties in the trees on the back as well. So let's get this back in my album. Pop right in here. It'll be right across from our more twinkle lights, and then have all of the handmade gifts for this year so far. And we can also kind of pop them out a little bit from the top if I wanted to. Kind of like that. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.